day. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I am going to talk about another story in Neville Goddard's Imagination Creates Your Reality. This is the Master Manifester. This is the teacher of the law of assumption. The story is about Mrs. E.F., a person referred to as that in the book. Mrs. E.F. had a dream of one day owning a house that was by the ocean. She shared this idea with a friend and told her two friends about this idea that she had. So one of her friends said that she is going to imagine visiting her by the ocean. So Mrs. E.F. left for a vacation that she was to go to in Hawaii, where as she was in Hawaii, she received a call from a friend saying that there was someone who was leasing a property in San Diego by the beach, and the husband, Mrs. E.F.'s husband, would have to make arrangements for the securing of the house. He would have to make a quick decision about securing the rental property. Mrs. E.F. then said she will take the house, trusting that everything was going to go well. She then called her grown daughter and told her that she wanted to rent a house by the ocean in San Diego. Her granddaughter later called her and said that there was someone that wanted to rent her house, because Mrs. E.F.'s idea was that she was going to rent out her house. That was the house that she was staying in. She didn't want to sell it. She was going to lease it out. So her granddaughter said there's someone who wants to check out the house. So someone actually came to her house, checked out the house, and was actually impressed and wanted to rent it out. This is Mrs. E.F.'s house now. And Mrs. E.F. then knew that she would have to make arrangements for herself to be able to move to San Diego. And at work, she started to make arrangements, and she was a nurse, so they made sure that she was able to relocate to Santiago. And Mrs. E.F. stayed in San Diego by the ocean for a period of 17 years, and she actually did end up buying the property. So with that being said, Mrs. E.F.'s friend, what they did for Mrs. E.F. to get the property was that they began to imagine. Mrs. E.F. imagined getting the property, and the friend imagined visiting her in the ocean house that she would have. So one would have to ask, when you are using imagination, what actions do you have to take? And as we can see from the story, Mrs. E.F. didn't actually take any action. What she basically did was imagine herself living by the ocean, and her friend imagined visiting her. For God says that my ways are higher than your ways. So with that being said, guys, when you use your imagination, you don't actually have to do anything. Things come to you. Things become attracted to you. So with that being said, I hope we can begin to understand that our imagination is the creative power of God within us. Our imagination is God in us. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you take this message to heart. Thank you for your time. Bye.